Hello, 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 my beautiful people. Thank you and welcome back, guys. I am trying to catch up on a lot of stuff that I missed out when I was having technical difficulties. And this story here, we all remember this young man, Ahmad Arbery. And Ahmad Arbery was the young man, who was jogging through the subdivision in Georgia, and he was approached by the father-son duo, Gregory and Travis McMichael, and chased in their truck, and eventually ended up crossed over. Well, guys, the DA in that case received a phone call, and her name is Jackie Johnson. This is her, from Greg McMichaels, who had worked with her as an investigator through the court system, and he basically told her that he wanted to have a conversation with her because he and his son had been involved, in what happened with Ahmad. Guys, this is a copy of the phone call, and we're going to finish discussing it on the other side of the phone call. Hang in there.
Jackie, this is Greg. Can you call me as soon as you possibly can? My son and I have been involved in a shooting, and I need some advice right away. If you could please call me as soon as you possibly can. Thanks. Bye.
Now, recently, the DA Jackie Johnson's attorney, if you guys remember, she was arrested after that phone call because she did some things that wasn't right. She eventually recused herself from the case, but she told the police officers not to arrest Mr. Arbery. And she basically did this without investigation or anything like that. Then she recused herself from the case and got another person to basically say that he has seen the video and that he didn't see anything criminal that would have caused them to have a reason to arrest Gregory McMichael and his son Travis. But when the body cam footage came out, that was when it became apparent that it was more to it than what was being said, and that was when the DA, the head DA, Jackie Johnson, recused herself and, stepped back out of the way, and they decided to bring charges against her. Okay, now, the request to dismiss the misconduct charges against her was refused by the judge who's handling the case. The judge's name is John R. Turner, and after Jackie Johnson and her attorney filed the motion arguing that the case should be, tossed out for lack of evidence, Judge Turner said, no way. Which really was a good call, a good decision, because she was the head DA, and if I'm not mistaken, she was also charged with violation of oath, which is very serious, because she would be the top person to say, no, we're not going to do anything of this sort, that this case needs to be investigated. And when he gave her that phone call and told her that he needed to talk to her because he and his son had been involved in that, and what happened, she should have told him then to call 911 and that she couldn't help him, and that it would all have to be played out after an investigation, a thorough investigation in court. But that was not what she did, and that's why she's in trouble now. It's being said that she's still practicing in good standing. They fired her from being a DA, but that she's practicing on her own, and she's still an attorney in good standing in Georgia. Now, she Her official charges were felony violation of her oath of office and hindering a law enforcement investigation, which that's a misdemeanor. Now she has an attorney, and his name is Brian Steele. And we people in the world who listen to rap music, well, I'm not really one, but your children, your grandchildren do. This attorney is also representing the rapper Young Thug, and it's been back and forth between his trial, his case and her case, and Young Thug's case is expected to last a while because it was brought forth this week after what they're saying was 10 months of just jury selection. So they're saying that they expect that trial for Young Thug to last at several months at the least, which is going to push back her case. And she's already been, it's already been close to 3 years since, this all happened. So we're going to wait and see, what happened with this case. The judge basically saying that she's been indicted for, use of her office trying to protect McMichaels and, trying to help him not see his son Travis be arrested. They're saying that Johnson pled not guilty and denied any wrongdoing. She, basically said that she immediately recused herself from the case because of the relationship that she had with Greg McMichael, that they had worked together, prior. But still, my opinion, guys, is that when he called her, she is the head DA. And she should have told him then that she could not help him, that this was going to have to go through the court systems, and she should have told him to call 911. Now they're saying that during the time that it was all going on, that there were many phone calls between Miss McMichael and Miss Johnson. And they're saying one of the calls lasted at least 21 minutes, and that was not a 21-minute call that I just let you all, listen to. And guys, I got to make a correction because I believe earlier I said that Jackie Johnson was fired, but she wasn't. She was actually voted out of office, and she felt that it had to do with the fact that she was involved with what went on with the McMichaels. But since the incident, both Gregory McMichael and his son Travis were found guilty in the Glenn County Superior Court and were sentenced to life in prison. And then they were convicted also on federal hate crimes in February of 2022, along with their neighbor, William Roddy Bryan, who also was named as a suspect, tried, and convicted and found guilty. Guys, it was a total tragedy, and we remember it because it was so many things that was going on at that time. That was during the same time that the George Floyd incident went on, and it was so many other things that went on. And Ahmad's mother had been fighting for months, trying to get them to give her information as to what happened, and she basically was getting nowhere. Then once she was able to get the body cam released and people saw what happened, something had to be done because there were protests and there were people marching, the streets asking for justice for Ahmad. There were people who were at the courthouse during the trial who was there for justice for Ahmad, and there was really a lot of tension that went on at that time. But eventually they were found guilty, and Ahmad's family did eventually find justice for him, an innocent young man who's only was guilty of loving to run and loving to run in places that he felt was beautiful. And he made the mistake to jog through the wrong neighborhood on that day. Rest in peace, Ahmad. You will be a legacy in that state and in the world of injustice where you found justice. Thank you guys for coming and listening to me. I appreciate you all, and I told you I'm back with my new equipment, and I'm struggling trying to figure it out, but I'm doing pretty well so far, so you all hang in there with me now. Thank you all. Much love to you. Smooches now.